We're approaching the Cororean home system. ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
Stealth drive engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
What?
Oh, that's a reference to that one movie, Hunt for Red October.
Oh.
Whoa. That's like my favorite part of space battles. When
Yeah.
you first, like, get in from FTL.
And you see, like, the entire mess.
Yeah, it's like,
in front of
it's
you.
just like,
My
woof,
cyber
bam!
warfare suite has accessed their docking protocols.
Alright, once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tali's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Your expertise with the Geth is a welcome addition, Tali.
Edi. So, a body?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
I hope it doesn't cause you concern.
Not unless you go crazy and decide to overthrow the humans.
If I decide to overthrow the humans, you will be the first to know.
Shepard, there's a problem.
Sending an email.
Are physically secured.
I see the free one. Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
I bet he was totally, like, quietly watching those two. But yeah, like you said, like, Tali, I did promise to tell you when I was going to overthrow the humans. Today is that day! Blood will be shed!
Of blood rain.
Oh, God. I bet Jeff was, like, totally, like, watching that, being like, yes. This is a really weird level.
Because you're moving in 3D.
No wonder the Quarians were having trouble. That ship is enormous.
I can't see shit!
Larger than an Alliance Dreadnought.
Can't go that way for some reason.
How do you, like...
What?
I don't even... It's like...
Disorienting?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. This way? Or this way?
I guess you just kind of, like, walk around in circles. Every way is down!
She has magnetic boots, so she's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm already, like, I've seen every space movie ever.
God,
okay?
I know how it works.
I know how it works.
It's obviously magnetic boots. I'm not an idiot.
How are you doing, Shepard?
The lack of gravity is a little disorienting.
The Dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Till then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth don't use windows, remember? Structural weakness.
Like the Geth are just sitting there saying, those organics would never try the no windows thing twice.
Oh boy.
It's like, oh shit. Okay. Not again.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the Dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tali to get on the Dreadnought schematics. If she can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on. I've got gravity again.
Great. I'm looking for... Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That
What an
tiny
idiot.
hull was
Yeah.
the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call it tiny. Not the way you'd have done it?
No, he was too aggressive. I argued, but as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet, it was ultimately his decision.
What about the other admirals?
Zen backed the invasion, largely as a chance to test her toys. Ron gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed the war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely.
Who chooses consciously to bring on a Geth Dreadnought in a frontal assault? Like,
Yeah. I mean, like, the biggest thing is that you have to know your enemy.
and they know their
I found
enemy.
another
Yeah.
airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
Got it. You're clear to board.
Why has she got a cape on?
But she doesn't have a cape on. That's
Or
her
the
hood.
like the hood?
It's just the
Oh.
like.
I thought I saw like a. Never mind.
Thank you, Shepard. I will try to find a more convenient docking point next time.
Next time?
Here, let me see if I can get this open.
The way it looked when she walked through, it
In the
looked like a cape.
meantime, take a look at this.
Yeah, Tali's a Sith now.
There, it's open. We're clear to go.
So far, it seems like we're just like waltzing through here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, but I mean, like, no enemies.
Looks impressive.
It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts reactions.
That'll be handy.
That is much like using polonium-tipped rounds against organics, which is illegal.
Against the Geth, we need every advantage we can get.
I think Edi's offended.
Oh.
Yeah. She was like, "'Cause it's illegal against organics, you bitch."
I thought she was just being informative.
Yeah, but, you know, you would think that Edi would be like, you know, that's the same. And also, I'm synthetic, you bitch.
You bitch. You stupid bitch.
Where am I going? What the hell? Are we going over here? Oh. They're both
They are.
for
They're
me.
waiting
We're
for
looking for an
you.
operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one? Yeah, you did fine at the collector base.
Violet frequencies instead of the standard
Whoa.
infrared.
Expensive. Bet it gives them an edge in close combat, though.
When the fleet rushed the Dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
Come on, let's get to the op center before they lose more.
Well, I don't think Geth are really concerned with things being expensive.
No, probably not.
Watch out! Geth incoming!
I don't hear an alarm!
Every unit on this ship. We need to get to the operations center before they box us in.
Yeah, because they function kind of like the Borg, where they just know.
Yeah, it's like
They have a collective consciousness.
yeah, and then they totally ruin that, but later. I won't get too much into it, but I was pissed when they did a little change. But they'll know, yeah, they're not individuals. But they are alerted into like small clusters at first because
As we kill them, their attacks become more aggressive.
their shields.
Punch
What?
them in the face.
Yeah. What is that? Disable their shields? Like, obviously. Don't you do that with everybody?
Yeah.
Any tactical advice? Shoot them!
Any tactical advice? Zoom across the field and hit them with your body. That's our task.
We may be able to extract combat data from these sensors.
The Geth have a planetary defense cannon. It's ripping through our fleet.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
Sacrifice worthwhile. The Dreadnought Operations Center is just ahead.
Good. Let's cut the Reaper signal and get the fleet out of here.
The hunters are moving in.
This just seems like a very silly time to start a war. But then again, that was like how I felt with the whole,
Everything else.
yeah. Like everybody's having all these like stupid internal conflicts.
I think it's like everything is coming to a head, like at the same time. And I don't think the Cororeans really realized how like the Reapers existed, and also,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Solarians not wanting to cure the genophage. Like,
yeah.
it's like, do you not understand what's going on? Do you not?
Do you not get it? Like
We must find the remaining hunters.
everyone's looking like to the future when they're like, there's not gonna be a future if you don't like wreck these Reapers real quick.
See if
Yeah.
the console is operational. Damn it! They've locked down the Reaper signal. We can't shut it down from here in the operations center.
So we have to go find it.
Yeah. There! The Reaper signal's coming from the drive core.
So if we get there, we shut it down?
Right, but how do we get there? The Geth have sealed emergency bulkheads to block us off. We need a route to the drive core that can't be blocked. A path that runs the length of the ship.
What about the main battery? It runs right by the drive core.
That could work.
But
The Geth still have us locked in here. We need to get these doors open. They've locked high-level processes. We need something basic. A ship-wide emergency. Like a fire.
what about the heat diffusion system?
Wait, if I faked a thermal warning, it would open all maintenance tubes for emergency venting.
Would that override the lockdown?
Yes. Okay, I've got it primed. But be ready. I'm reading hostile Geth on the other side of the doors.
Is there any other type of Geth?
I don't know. Hey, that was Geth racist.
Hey, I'm
Non-hacked Geth are actually peaceful and just totally chill.
yeah. But I'm saying in this situation.
Hunters as well.
Yeah. Totally chill Geth are on the other side of this door.
Yeah, they're actually waiting with like a 6-pack and some weed on the other side of the door, just
Yeah,
waiting to chill out.
They're waiting to hang out. Like,
Yep.
they got this movie that they just saw and they really want to share it with you.
They're thinking we could, watch Bridget Jones' Diary. Need some chubby hubby. I'll just, get our friend on.
Get out of here. Ah, get out of my face. I'm a face. Of course it is.
I found the energy intuitive and comfortable. I Geth intelligences. Those not loaded into mobile platforms serving the ship itself.
For all our cybernetic upgrades, I'll never understand integrating Geth completely into a system.
Shouldn't be too much farther to the main battery. I'm surprised they'd send you on this mission, Tali.
The planet Rannoch, an arid planet orbiting an older star in the Tikkun system, is the former Cororean home world. Almost 300 years ago, the Quarians were driven from Rannoch by the Geth, synthetic servants who gained sapience and rebelled against their creators. Although Rannoch is now largely uninhabited, the Geth have acted as caretakers, working to repair the planet's ecology, restore ancient structures, and cultivate some farmland. Rannoch has no insect life. As a result, its pollinating plants evolved to rely on animals for propagation. This symbiosis between flora and fauna is responsible for the Quarians' weakened immune systems, which made colonization of other planets extremely difficult after their exile from Rannoch. For many Quarians, reclaiming their home world from the Geth is a matter of both cultural and physiological necessity.